Hello everyone, my name is Korosh Erfani. I am sociologist and political analyst, and today I am talking about the announcement of President Trump regarding some subjects. We have been told that today in September 2nd, 2025, we should be waiting for an important announcement. So we were waiting, and then we saw that it's a question of the things, a little as usual. I got 2 points that is very interesting in what he said. Let's see them if it's possible. You will see that it's a question of 2 interesting subjects. The first one, he said that it's very important to do something regarding Chicago, DC, because in DC there are the people who are born to be criminals, so that's a very interesting, sociologically speaking, that they are, there are the people who are born to be criminals. We didn't know that, but now we know. And another one is this one, and this one is even better. You can see that. So it's a question of something like, he said this. Look at, and it's very interesting. Without the United States, everything in the world would die. And that's the second discovery of today, among many others. Now the question is how he's able to do this, to say similar things again and again almost every day. And you saw that when a few days just he's not there in front of cameras to say these kind of things, we are really missing that. And they start to create the conspiracy theory regarding his health and so on. So we need that, it looks like, and we are getting used to have that almost every day. So that's why it's necessary to understand it as a process, as a system of creation of this kind of stories. So that's why I prepared a PowerPoint with some interesting point, if we can have them, and then we are going to talk about some examples. Let's see. It's a question of, first of all, I call that a process, because it's a real process of fake fact fabrication, FFF. So how does it work, this process? Look at the steps. First, you pick a topic, whatever. It could be regarding the space, Mars, or something, very little issues here and there. You pick one, and then what you do is to go and to fabricate some fake facts regarding that. I said fake, it could be fake, real, mixture, but whatever you want. It's not very important because there is no fact check, and then you are able to say whatever you want because it works like that. All right, the process have now the second component. Now what you do is to number this fact, which means you quantify them. You present the percentage, the statistic. It's not important if it's true or not. Just put the numbers, because it makes very beautiful, it makes serious, it's make very professional. So you talk about 80%, 100%, or as for the price of drug in the United States, he said that I will reduce that for 1,000%. So percent, which means 100, doesn't have any importance regarding 1,000. So you can say whatever you want. So numbering them, quantifying them, and then what about qualifying them? So you present a lot of details. Again, it's not important if these details are, factual or real or ground-based. No, just the details. Regarding a very old woman that had been killed by an immigrant, for example. The things like that make emotional, that make sentimental, and is very interesting. So you do that. You describe the details like this, and then you go to present it as a threat, as a risk, something that the nation, the whole nation should take care of that, right? The government should intervene and take care of that, because it's a serious threat for national security, for state security, for the security of the citizens, or so. So once you presented it, once you make enough fear in society, then you said that don't worry, I will take care of that, right? I am here and I promise you I will take care of that. So imagine that we are in a process based on non-existent facts, right? Non-existent stories, and now he is going to take care of that. What happens then? Then he makes a decision. The government makes a decision about this, right? Because they promised to do something. Now we are waiting for, so they announced that they made a decision. Okay, the process is getting more and more complex and completed, right? So what we do regarding a decision, a governmental decision, of course we execute it, right? We realize them. So execution is a part of the process, which means that we put budget, we bring National Guard, or whatever is necessary, in order to execute it. So if we do so for 1, 2, 3 cases, finally we can get to, a pattern. All of this is made for creation or producing a pattern. So once you have your patterns, what you do, the process is almost complete. Now you can repeat that again and again. This is exactly what's going on right now regarding the DC, the intervention of the National Guard over there, taking control of the police, for example, and now creating it. And Trump was using today the term pattern, and it's a question of using this pattern for other states. Now it's a question of sending the National Guards and other military forces to Chicago, for example. So as we can see, if we take care only and only of the case by case, we cannot understand, because it's too many. But when we have an idea about the process and how the process is working, now we can see that this process as a system could be reproduced for anything and at any level. It could be local, just little city of Washington DC. It could be for state, for example, for California or elsewhere, and it could be even national, for the whole nation. At a given moment, this process will be applied for the whole nation, and why not for the international level? As maybe you noticed, now we have the first news regarding the operation of the US Navy, regarding US military. You see, destroy a Venezuelan drug boat. Okay, so the boat is supposed to belong to Venezuela and bringing the drugs, right? And suddenly, with a very violent operation, they blow up everything and they killed 11 people over there. So which means that if I am not wrong, 11 people, otherwise we have to check that. So which means that now this model can work, for almost everything. We have just to wait to see the application of the system for the Venezuela having a huge war here, and then in the Middle East regarding Iran, for example, presenting the fake facts, and then preparing a huge war against Iran, and then going even beyond that. So that's why it's very important to start to have a systemic view, systemic mindset, to understand what's going on, because those who are in power are acting systematically, and we should not forget that. We should not take case by case and being preoccupied by this or that case. Something is happening at a systemic level, as a global level, as a general level, and they are creating patterns in order to reproduce that for much more serious cases. We should be aware about that. Thank you for watching.